It's finally Friday. Let's be free.
I'm free, man. Jacoby Collins, let's be free.
Thank you for joining me, your host, Dr. David Jacoby Collins, for another episode of Finally Friday. Let's be free. Today, we're going to talk about something really serious. Forgiving yourself. Forgiving yourself. So many of us live below our means. We live below our privilege. We live below our potential just because, check it, we're holding a grudge against ourselves. We're upset and angry that we made mistakes in the past. And because we made those mistakes, we constantly punish ourselves. We beat ourselves up. We hold ourselves back and we become our worst enemy. And when we do that, that's usually because we have not forgiven ourselves for our mistakes. We have not forgiven ourselves for our poor decisions. But let me fill you in on something. If you made a bad mistake, if you did something wrong, if you messed up in life in one place or another, you ain't special. We all did it. We've all messed up. We've all jacked things up. We've all nearly destroyed our lives or even the lives of others. There are parents who drank and smoked and did everything except raise their children. They messed up. There are people who decided to party their way through college. There are people who decided to live off them credit cards. Instead of paying your rent, you decided you wanted to go to parties. You wanted to get dressed. You messed yourself up. There are those of us who continually just ate and ate, knowing the doctor is saying, look, you need to eat fruits and vegetables, but you turn to cake and ribs and everything that's fire and tasty, and now you're having health problems. Those were decisions, and now we are reaping our decisions. But let me tell you something about winners. See, winners, and I'm going to say future winners, people who haven't won yet, because I don't like those other words. Current winners and people who haven't learned how to win yet, there's a difference. See, real winners don't regret what they did. They don't sit and hold a grudge against themselves. They don't sit in unforgiveness. Let me show you what a winner does. When a winner messes up, when a winner jacks things up, when he makes a mistake, when she makes a poor decision, a winner thinks about it, forgives themselves, and learns. A real winner thinks about what they did, they forgive themselves, and they learn, and they begin to make better decisions in the future. Boom, end of story. Growth continues, development continues, fulfillment, success, happiness, it continues. You have to be determined to move forward. You see, then there's the other side. Those of us who haven't figured out how to win yet. We think about what we did, and then we regret it. We beat ourselves up for it. We punish ourselves. We never let it go. And unfortunately, we stagnate ourselves. So we stay right there. And often that cycle, and that's what it is, of self-unforgiveness, it makes us repeat the very mistakes that we made because we can't get past them. Man, I should have been there for my children. They're 19 and 20 years old and all I did was drink. Well, that's all I can do now. I'm no good. Your child still needs you at 20 years old. Your child still needs you at 30 years old. If your child made it up to 60 and you live that long, they need you at 60 years old. You can always start being the parent you're supposed to be. You can always start being the spouse you're supposed to be. If your spouse hasn't thrown you away, if you're not divorced, you can repair what you did in your marriage. You can fix that. Start today, but you have to forgive yourself. You hold on to the guilt, you're going to stay right there. You don't want to stay right there. Move forward. Head up, chin up, toughen up. You need to fight through it. Move forward. Run. Go. That's what it means to forgive yourself. I'll repeat what we said earlier. Winners, they forgive themselves, they learn, and they move on. I want you to get this. If you want to reach that next level in life, acknowledge what you did. Move forward and learn. We're going to end it by letting you understand something too about what forgiveness really is. Forgiveness is not a pardon. Forgiving yourself doesn't mean you're letting yourself off the hook. Forgiveness simply means you acknowledge that you were wrong, but you refuse to allow that mistake to control you. When you forgive yourself, you acknowledge that you were wrong. You take whatever steps are at your disposal to fix it or repair it as much as possible, but you refuse to be controlled by that decision. Continue to forgive yourself, push yourself forward, learn from your mistakes, and become the person that you are meant to become. And more is to come next Friday. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dr. David Jacoby Collins. Thanks for coming to Finally Friday. Let's be free.